So, I wanted to give everybody an update as to why I haven't posted anything in the last couple of months. And in all actuality, I've had a few things happen to me that have prevented me from moving forward with my junk removal business. Um, so, in the beginning, I was trying to do as much free advertising as possible. I was going door to door and handing out business cards. I was trying to find places online that I could advertise for free. And I was also trying to network with like real estate agents, construction companies, and, other companies as far as that's concerned. And as far as like networking with real estate agents and construction companies and handing out business cards, etc., that did not pan out at all. I wasn't getting any calls off of doing that sort of marketing. So that leads me to the other free advertising I was doing. One of the things that I was doing online was advertising on Facebook with different groups, and I was just, posting pictures and saying, hey, if you need assistance removing items, you feel free to reach out to me. And at first, that was okay. I had gotten a couple of calls off of that, but ultimately that didn't pan out to anything either. I was also using another app on my phone, which is called Nextdoor, and at first, I was getting quite a few calls off of that. But then people started getting pissy with me and sending me hate messages off of there. And it got so bad that I ended up having to delete the app off my phone. Apparently, you have two ways that you could, advertise on there, and the number one way that they want you to advertise is paying for an advertising campaign, which I totally understand. And that's what I started off doing. But unfortunately, I only had 2 subscribers on my business page on Nextdoor, and the advertising campaign was not reaching very many people. It was maybe reaching those 2 people, but I actually had it set up to reach about 30,000 people, and ultimately that was basically just money down the drain. I didn't have anybody contacting me off of those particular campaigns. So then I started advertising for free on my personal page on Nextdoor, and that's where I was getting most of my phone calls from. But eventually it got to the point where, I could be not advertising anything as far as my business is concerned, and maybe I was just posting a message saying, hey, how's everybody doing? I'm having a great day. Want to see how everybody else is doing. And I would just leave it at that. And then people would contact me and basically tell me that I'd be better off dead and that I had no business posting anything on Nextdoor. And eventually, I just got sick of all the hate messages and I had to delete the app. So then I ended up being in contact with an SEO company, and they were telling me, hey, we're going to do SEO for you and you're going to get all this business. And after about 2 months of dealing with them, I maybe had 2 phone calls from people that have found me online. And honestly, that was it. I was completely out of money and I had no way to advertise, and which means I had no jobs coming in at all. And so I had to stop dealing with that SEO company. And I did keep my My Business account going so people could still contact me off of that. And I was working on consistently revamping, that profile. But again, I really wasn't getting very many calls. So I was stuck. I was in a rut. I had no money to advertise, no jobs coming in. And while I was dealing with that, of course, bills still needed to get paid. So I was paying for my rent and everything out of my pocket, from money I had saved up from doing the junk removal. And eventually I got to the point where I was completely tapped. Once I hit that point, my engine blew up in my van. So now I have no vehicle. So even if a job did come in, I would have no way to do it. So at this point, I have to stop doing the junk removal. In fact, I haven't done it in a little over a month, unfortunately. I really enjoyed doing it, but it just got to the point where it wasn't possible to continue. Maybe I'll be able to continue in the future, but as of right now, I don't have a way to do it. I have zero income right now, which really sucks. You're trying to raise a child by yourself, being a single parent. It's hard. And with having no income, it's just not possible. Anyway, stay tuned for more updates.